Hey, welcome back to Cobweb Castle. Let's take a look and see how much web did the spiders actually make in these new enclosures. I actually went out of town for right about 3 days and they've just been sitting here. I haven't touched them. There's a big window here in the room, and they get some sunlight coming in, not direct sunlight because these are all glass domes, and if direct sunlight were to get on on these domes, it would quickly turn into a greenhouse and we'd have some cooked spiders, and we don't want that. So but as far as the night and the day, the spiders have been sitting here, so they can tell when it's night or daytime. They don't have good vision, but they can see some, I guess some bit of movement, but definitely darkness and light and stuff like that. These two right here actually found the hole and have crawled back into the crevice. This big one here has made the most web out of the hole, out of all these, but somehow ended up down here at the bottom. So I have these three, the little small one, the medium, and this large one. The spiders have basically come down to the bottom edge and are just kind of hiding out there. So I have a solution for that, and I'll show you how we're going to do it. And this also works with the full-size spider keep also. Same technique. We're basically going to force the spider to go back into the crevice. We're going to get a little piece of aluminum foil. I like to use aluminum foil because I can kind of shape it into a ball and just kind of plug it into the hole. And because it's kind of pliable a little bit, the spider can't get past that. I've tried paper before and some stuff, and sometimes they can kind of push their way through and come out. But anyway, we're gonna do that technique, and then I'll show you how that works. And the ones that actually did it correctly, where they went into the crevice, there are a few little small strands of web out. And what we're going to do right now is also try to feed these a couple fruit flies or maybe a mealworm or something like that, and we'll see if they will even come out with just this little bit of web that they've made already. So I'm pretty sure this is going to work. I'll show you, and let's get started. Okay, so this is the little small one I've been kind of showing off here just to kind of get some interest, and you can see all of that web the spider has built up. I've had this in here for months. I mean, they really build the web up. And you can see down there at the bottom, I'll kind of zoom in, is a couple of fruit flies that when they're done, they just carry them down there to the bottom. And it's real easy to lift this off and just get a small pair of tweezers or whatnot and just pick those out, and it helps to keep the web clean. Now there are I think those are a couple of legs from the spider. I've had multiple spiders in this little small one right here, but a couple of legs from a molt, which I try to clean those off if possible, but sometimes to actually get that out, you'd almost damage the web. I don't want to damage the web. Once they have the web established, I had a comment on if you open it, they'll try to get away. They won't. And in fact, once the spider has the web built up, I think of it almost, I called it a net, a fisherman's net earlier, but it's almost like a carpet too. And the spider doesn't want to leave the carpet. If we could do it right now, this is the one I had sitting out. I'm just now kind of touching these. I haven't even touched them or anything, so I don't want to disturb them too much before we try to feed them. But if I lift this one off, the spider's behavior is going to be to just sit there, because I can turn it around, we'll kind of peek inside. Let me get a good zoom in there. The spider, let me get a good look inside there. The spider is basically just wanting to stay in that hole. It's got the web built up in that hole, and it doesn't want to leave. That's safety. Now this one here, if I lift this off, the behavior may be different. And we'll watch it real quick. I won't let it get away. But if you notice, if the spider moves, it's trying to find the web. It doesn't have good vision, like I mentioned before. It doesn't have good vision, so it relies on the safety of the web, you know, where the spider's feet touch the web. That's basically the contact with the rest of the world. So they try to stay on there if possible. I'll kind of touch it a little bit and see what it does. And these spiders, you know, I'm not scared of this spider. It's a harmless spider. A lot of these behaviors, I've just dealt with these spiders for so long, I can kind of predict what their behavior is going to be. But okay, right there, if it gets on that wood part, it's going to be kind of lost. You can see its back legs right there are still hanging on to some web, so that's actually some safety for it. In fact, instead of trying to touch it with my finger, I'll just kind of blow on it with my breath and just show you what it does. It should move back towards the web. Oh, okay, now this is basically like you turning off the lights in a dark room and taking a few steps. So the spider is now not in its element. Now I'm going to try to fish it up into this little hole, if it'll go up there. I'll do it real gently. And that's another thing with these spiders, just be gentle. Okay, now it's getting way out of the zone. So this, you know, this behavior, it just wants to get away to find a safe place. It's just going to keep walking until it can find a safe place. And it's not really paying attention. It'll probably fall off. In fact, it did. It fell down onto the carpet. And it's going to do that same behavior until it can find a safe place to hide out. All right, I'll get it back on my hand, which you see there, it doesn't want to go on my hand. Okay, now I got it. Let's get it back on here, if it will. Okay. Okay, so we just put it back on there. Now the best thing to do at this point is just to get the glass down, because it's gonna keep crawling off the table. So let me just get it back. Let me just get it back onto this one and we'll get the glass down. Okay, here we go, here we go. Get back on there. Here, feel some web. Okay. Now we see it just kind of stop moving. So I'll get this little dome back on. It's safe in there. Now this hole may be a little too small for this spider. So when we have the final model come out, I'll have all this worked out as far as what size spider will fit in what size hole and whatnot. So don't sweat that. But so let's just set this one aside. This one, in fact, if I were to try to feed this too, if the fruit fly gets caught in that little small web that she's already made, she'll feel that vibration and she'll probably eat that one too. But I don't want to reward a web that's not made correctly. So if the web is made correctly, we can do, a feeding, and then that lets the spider know, okay, this is a good setup. How I made this web, I got some food, and especially if it keeps coming, then she knows she's in a good spot. All right, let me try to get a fruit fly, and we'll feed this little one here. Okay, I kind of dropped it right on the hole there, so it was pretty quick. But you see the spider got it. You see the red eyes there, the fruit fly. And before too long, she will deposit it down here. So this is, this is a toothpick I use to get it out. So this is easy to just take these off, and it helps keep her web clean. There you go. So just take those off, throw them away, all clean. All right, so that's one with the web established good. Let's do one of these other ones and see. Now this is one, this one was just hanging down at the bottom. Now see also where the legs are. You got to be careful that you don't, when you take this glass off, you don't want to pinch that leg. So you just got to be real gentle. And when they feel, like their leg's about to get trapped, they should move it, but you just want to be really gentle with them. So I'm not going to take that one off. That one has a little bit of web built up, but not a whole lot. Okay, let's move to this one. This one is in the hole and has made web all around here, a lot on the sides. You can see that she attached some of it to the glass. And like I mentioned before, we can just twist the glass and it will basically kind of tear that off. And then it sticks to the glass really well. So, eventually you'd want to go clean the glass with some warm soapy water and get that web off, just so you have a good viewing area. So the spider's in the hole, and because she's got the web, she's not going to just rush out of here. She's going to keep staying in that little crevice. Get a good view in there. So it's just a little cavity. I painted it with the gloss paint, and she's just staying right there. I'm gonna touch her legs, see if she moves backwards. She just wants to stay right there. Okay, if we can get a fruit fly on here, we'll see what she does. If she feels that fruit fly, she may come out and eat it. Let's give it a try. I got it on the toothpick. I'm just gonna kind of let it go and get it to crawl up there. If it touches one of the web pieces, she will probably come out and get it. Okay, while we're waiting for that one to come out, it may take a couple of minutes, I don't know. She may not come out at all. I'll lift the glass off it. This one is also, and we can kind of have two shows going here at one time. So there's the spider. I'll carefully lift this off. And again, the spider's not trying to escape. Let me fish out another fruit fly. And I think I've showed you this before. This is a little fruit fly tube. I get them from PetSmart. I think you can order them from Josh's Frogs or, online. But this is how I do it. I just have a toothpick. I make a little escape path with the toothpick just by pushing it in. And you'll have one come crawl out. As soon as I see one start to come out, okay, so right there I can trap it. And now I can lift this out to give it a little room to come out. There's only one way out. There we go. And then in fact, well, he just did a jump off there. Maybe we'll have this one go on here. These things are not the best cooperators. But this is fun. I enjoy watching these and doing this. You get the jumping spiders are another good one to watch with these little fruit flies. Okay, here goes. coming up this way. So that gloss paint is pretty slick. Oh, I added another one. And she felt that. She's coming out right now. There you go. She got the fruit fly. Now what's neat about these fruit flies too, they're such a small little meal that you can feed these, you know, many of them a day, per day. In fact, I was gonna do just kind of get like a time chart on how long it takes them to consume these, because it doesn't take long. You will notice what we're gonna look for next is where is she gonna throw this thing? Is she gonna keep it in the back, in the crevice, or will she throw it down here at the bottom? So hopefully we'll start noticing some, you know, the little insects that they consume will be deposited down here, and also some of the little spider dots, and we can take care of that. And in fact, that was, looks like a couple little spider dots right there. We can just, a warm Q-tip with some warm water and just soak it just for a couple seconds, and it'll come right off. So, all right, that's success right there. We're gonna put the glass back down on this one. She's on the right track, so that's good. And you know how this is supposed to work is you spin it around, and you can simply twist this, the glass, and reveal the crevice, and actually look in there and see what your spider's doing. All right, let's, we're still waiting on this little one. Let's see. Let me drop a couple more on there, and we'll see if that gets her to come out. Because the one little fruit fly is still struggling right there, but I guess it's not enough vibration to get any movement out of the spider. Let me throw a couple more on there and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we have 3 fruit flies that are pretty good and trapped. Waiting to see if the spider's going to feel anything. Now regular size flies, with if you can catch one and pull a wing off, they seem to struggle quite a bit more than these little tiny fruit flies, and they'll come out and get those pretty quickly. But that was kind of slow, but she came out to get it. So, all right, let's put the glass back down on this one. She's got 2 more she can work on. And let me try to get some tin foil, and we'll get these other ones situated. Now, I've got tin foil on there, plugged up on the hole. We're gonna try to get the spider to go back into the little crevice. Now, this is kind of shaky, but how I'm gonna do this, and I have a helper holding the camera, is to use a little paper funnel, and I'm basically going to put the funnel into the back of the hole and chase the spider with a little, I use little bamboo skewers through the funnel into the hole. Once the spider is in the hole, then we will get the glass on, and we'll leave the spider in there for a time so that she can make web in the back. All right, let me get the spider in the funnel. Keep holding it still. Okay, so spider came out too fast. Hold on. Let's see if it'll just go in there. Nope. Keep holding the camera still. Here, go down to what I'm doing a little bit. Kind of watch, there you go, watch what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get the spider to go back in the funnel. Okay. That didn't work. I had a whole sheet of paper that, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Okay. And there we go. Hold the camera still. So the spider is trapped in the hole. So let me get the glass down. Hold it still right there. Okay, go down a little bit. Okay, so carefully we'll put it down. So we're just gonna leave her in there. But anyway, we're gonna watch this one. I'll do this to the other ones and I'll show you. I'm not gonna show you the whole process. I'm kind of in a bind trying to do this like it is. So, but let me get the other ones done with the tin foil and get the spiders trapped in the back, and then we'll close out the video. Hold on a second. Okay. So we have 2 that are on their way to success. We didn't have to do foil. And then I have a kind of a medium one and a larger one that I put foil to block the hole. This one already had a pretty good amount of web here on the outside, but I trapped her in the back anyway. We're going to observe for, you know, I don't know, we'll give it about a week before we actually take the foil off and we can see how much web the spider's gonna make here in the back. So it looks like she did find the back crevice. I see some web in there, but she wasn't staying in the back here. So when she gets more web into the back, she will feel more comfortable in the back. And then I'll open the foil, and then it should be pretty good. Okay, so that's going to do it for today. We were able to get a couple of these fed, and then we did some foil on the little crevice hole there to block the spider in, and we're going to watch and don't disturb them so that they just feel, you know, like everything's safe. And we'll come back in a week and we'll see how much web they've made in the back of the crevice there. So thanks for watching. This is something fun that I like doing, and you know, hopefully you find this entertaining, and stay tuned because these I'm going to do this on a Kickstarter. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll post a video, and I'm not sure exactly, you know, how many views I get on it as far as returning subscribers or whatnot. But if you want one of these, I need you to stay plugged in with me, and I'll let you know when we're going to put them on Kickstarter. But I appreciate the support. I've had you know, lots of customers, Canada, US, and I have 2 orders and mailing out tomorrow. So thanks again. I'll catch you on the next video, and thanks for watching today.